Welcome back, friends, and gather round for another episode of Simply Walking into Mordor. And I'm really glad we got through that because it took me about 6 tries to get that line out. And not because I was messing up my words, but because there were just random people just riding around here, interrupting this shot. But nevertheless, we are ready to get back into it. Welcome back, guys. I hope you are enjoying the series so far. This is episode 11 of Simply Walking into Mordor. And as always, I am Nauglir, and we are ready to continue our quest. We're back here at Kenton Thistleway, this guy who sent us to save his daughter, and we have just done that. We've just returned from our quest to the Brigands' Watch, and we've discovered more things about the foul intentions of the Brigands. But we are here, and we are ready to hand in this quest to good old Kenton Thistleway. So hello, mate. How you going?
How can I be of service?
Bless you, yes. Thank you very much. We have returned your daughter safe. And looks like we're going to get a bit of a nice reward for our troubles. Although none of these are any good. So let's take again this medium strength might-based armor. Now, obviously, guys, this medium armor isn't the greatest for us because we are a heavily armored class. But if it's better for us than what we're wearing, then we might as well take it. So let's have a look at this helmet. We've already got the helmet, have we? Yeah, we've got the helmet and the trousers. So we're really looking at, the other ones. So these shoulders are looking pretty good. The gloves aren't too bad. The boots that's not worth getting. Fate, nah. We're here for might. So I think we'll get these shoulder pads. And yeah, we can't use these until we're level 22, but they're worth keeping just in case they're still the best that we've got. So, on our horse, let us go return our letter to Chief Watcher Grimbriar. We've just collected a letter that has told us of the plans of Sharky's men. So, let's go back down here and see what he has to say. We've also collected all the goods that Watcher Rosecane wanted us to collect, so we'll be happy to return those to him. Our inventory is getting a bit fuller, as we know, but we're keeping it in order, and so shouldn't get out of hand too quickly. Here we are, Chief Watcher Grimbriar.
What do you need?
Orc men, could this be? This letter says it plainly enough. Sharky has a legion of half-orcs loyal to him that he is sending to Andrath. I have doomed my men. Well, I don't think I would go that far. But we've got some not very useful rewards. We'll just take it for the copper. We have got some reputation with the men of Bree. Okay, the Vale of Andrath is Bree-Land's gateway to the south. The South Downs, Dunland, Isengard, the Gap of Rohan, all would be closed to Bree-Land if the brigands are not hindered. Okay, so these brigands have blocked off the Vale of Andrath, which is the massive trade route down the south here for the men of Bree.
What do you need?
Alright, Bree is in dire need of supplies. Yes, we collected the supplies for you. We're almost level 18. Okay, we're going to ride down to Andrath. We've been there once before, 2 episodes ago, when we went to slay Fair Sherman, one of the targets for our champion quest. But, that was a bit weird with the camera there. But we are on our way back down there now to really get some work done. Hopefully we will hit level 18 in the process. Now, as we're riding, I think we have a good chance to get through some more stats on our character sheet. We've done resistance. It's quite a useful one, and it's good to have up around 15 to 20% usually, but we don't have to worry too much about that now. We're just really trying to focus on might, getting our damage as high as we can so we can level as effectively as possible. The next one is crit defense, critical defense. This is a stat that's very important at max level, but not very important at lower levels. But I'll still explain it. We don't have any at the moment. It's only gained from standalone buffs of crit defense, whereas resistance is gained from things like will, and I think, what else gives resistance? Yes, vitality gives resistance. So we get resistance from will and vitality, but also virtue traits are a great way to get resistance. As you can see, compassion, no, not compassion, what am I talking about? Charity, there we go. Charity gives us 518 resistance, which is very handy. Alright, enough talking about resistance. We're talking about critical defense. Critical defense, it basically reduces the magnitude of critical and devastating hits from enemies of our same level by a certain percent. So basically, just reduces it by a percentage, and that modifier goes up the more critical defense you get. Now, with a lot of these stats, you can actually... it doesn't just affect enemies that are the same level as you. It gives you a percentage that relates to that level of enemy, but it actually reflects your effectiveness against all enemies. It's just that the lower the enemies are compared to you, the more effective your stat will be, and the higher the enemies are compared to you, the less effective your stat will be. So when you see that percentage, that's just like the middle ground. Alright, enough explaining. We're here at Andrath. We've just rode up the side of the cliff here, out of the line of sight, these brigands and orcs, and we're here in these Southgard ruins, where some watchers are here,
What can I do for
kind
you?
of, you know, really not being very successful at defending the Vale. But we are here. We've hit level 18. Oh, look at that. We've hit it pretty exactly. We're only 19 of experience into level 18. That's pretty good, but there isn't any real bonuses to being level 18, and so we will just press on. Looks like we've got some quests here. Yes.
Would you do
We're going to
something
clear
for
out the
me?
brigands and half-orcs in Andrath. We can do that for you. Strike back at the enemy.
Stay a
We've also
moment.
got Sharky's lieutenant in Andrath, okay. A big, burly fellow. A man, not a half-breed, okay. So we're looking out for him. Who else have we got?
Might have taken
Okay,
a
we've
moment
got
of your
more
time.
caravan goods stolen, so we're going to reclaim them. We've got some
I'll speak
Nika-Brika
with you a
problems.
moment.
Okay, well, we can deal with them. They're up north. Why are we dealing with these? This is a bit... Okay, they're just very loud. Okay, that's we can destroy
Might
them.
have taken a moment of
And
your
we got to
time.
defeat the half-orc leader as well. So we've got the leader of the whole occupation and the half-orc leader. We're going to go deal with these Nika-Brikas first. So we're just going to ride up to the north, and then we'll come back down into the camp. So here's a Nika-Brika. Might actually switch into our single target trait line, because we're going to be fighting just one of these at a time, most likely. Killing them faster is going to be helpful. So let's have a look at our single target line and see what our second row of traits looks like. So here we are. We've been putting points into melee critical chance. There's lots of other traits to get, but we're on to our second row now. We've unlocked it. We've spent 5 points. Just make sure there's no Nika-Brikas that we're missing. No, they're mostly up north here. So 3 new traits to get. Ebbing Ire gives us a skill called Ebbing Ire. And basically this skill is going to reduce threat generated by the champion. It's a decently useful skill in raids and things like that, but it's not going to be too useful for us in our situation since we're not grouping at the moment. We might later on, and it'll be worth taking at some point, but not at this time, so we're not going to take that just yet. We've got Vicious Strikes. This increases our skill critical chance for strike skills. So just like we have blade skills in AoE, we have strike skills in this stance, and that is Wild Attack, Swift Strike, Devastating Strike, Savage Strikes, Brutal Strikes, and Remorseless Strike. They're all strike skills, and so that will increase the critical chance of all of them. And finally, decreasing attack duration. Now this, I think, is the best one of the 3. Basically, reducing attack duration will reduce the time in between our attacks. And that, as you might guess, is very helpful because it basically just increases our damage per second. Because there are 2 factors to damage per second. There's damage and time. And so you want to do more damage, but you also want to do it in less time. And if you can do it in a quicker amount of time, then you are better off in the long run. So we're going to take this attack duration trait as soon as these Nika-Brikas are dead. That one buried in the ground. That was annoying. Okay, here we are. Battle reflexes, first rank. We can get 5 ranks into that. And we are sure to get all 5 of those ranks eventually. So, here we are. Got some more Nika-Brikas. Now, there are quite a few around here, but it's a bit annoying to go collect them all. As you might have noticed, there are a couple of different types of enemies in this game. There are enemies that are friendly, is what we call. So, there are friendly enemies. They're ones that you can't attack. They won't attack you ever. And they don't usually have a health point value. Some of them do, if they're ever going to fight on your side. But they are just usually a green bar with no numbers in it. They just sit there, NPCs, that sort of thing. they can't attack chickens in town, that sort of thing. Can't fight them. Then there are harmless creatures. These are little rats and snakes and things that just crawl around on the ground, sometimes deer, harmless creatures. They're all level 1 creatures, and they have something like 2 to 3 health each. Always killed in one shot. And if you're an elf or high elf character, then you cannot actually attack them because they are harmless, and so why would you kill them if you're an elf? If you're a dwarf, man, or hobbit, all holds a bard and you can go for it. So, but since we're a high elf, we will not be able to attack any of those harmless creatures. Then, there are a couple more. There's kind of passive creatures. These enemies have yellow health bars. So I don't think there are any around here, but they have yellow health bars. They won't even threaten to attack you. They'll just go, you'll just be able to walk on your merry way through them. They're a normal enemy. You can kill them if you want. They'll give you loot, but they won't ever attack you of their own accord. They will fight back, of course, if you attack them. Then, this is a good example, this Frenzied Longtooth. The next tier up is threatening enemies. So these enemies will threaten to attack you. They usually make some threatening noise or motion. And if you stand next to them for too long, or within their little sphere of influence, they will attack you. So these are semi-hostile in some description. So finish them off there. There we go. And finally, we're just going to switch into our AoE stance, because there are going to be quite a few enemies here. Finally, we've got our attack on sight enemies. And these are the most common type of enemies, anything that's hostile to you. Orcs, goblins, that sort of thing. And so they're the ones that are the best for the champion, because they will just attack us and follow us so we can gather up a bunch of enemies at once. So see here, we just run past this one, grab this guy, grab this half-orc. We don't have to do anything to attack them. They're all right here, and then we can just bring them down with our AoE skills all at once. And so that is where the real strength of the champion lies, in these attack on sight enemies, these hostile enemies. So, might use our bracing attack skill to give us some help. Accidentally hit that battle frenzy, that's alright. Alright, here we go. So we're looking for brigands and half-orcs. As you can see, that counter is ticking up very quickly. As we go through here, I might run through and get a couple of these at once. Jump over this fallen tree. Here we are. We've got full fervor. Perfect time for raging blades. Get all that damage on enemies and fell them all with blade wall. Very good. Okay. Got this southern knave here. Southern captain. Very good, very good. Southern knave, another one. Okay. Let's fight these three around here. She's in range for a raging blade. Here we go. And brings 2 of them down. Southern captain, not quite. There we go. Put him away. Right. There are going to be lots of brigands and half-orcs here. We've killed 15 so far. They also drop, a bit rarely, these caravan goods. That guy dropped one, and you can see that counter going up as well. But they're also found on the ground. I think that's where we'll get most of ours. We need 30 of them, so that's quite a few. Right, here we are. 2 more enemies. Build up enough fervor for raging blade. They'll be dispatched quickly. There we go. Got to be careful about not starting fights with too little health, but this is fine. Let's get all of these guys. Bring them all in. There's an archer here. Let's use Battle Frenzy so we can get some more fervor. Oh, we've got a friend. I think he's going to steal our quest. We're not quick. Okay, that's fine. He's run off. Because the half-orc boss is down here. So this is one of our quest targets. Find the half-orc leader. Well, I found him. Now I've got to kill him. Here we are. And they're both down. Great. Okay, let's get these caravan goods over here. Heal up a bit. As you know, out of combat morale regens pretty quickly. Let me rephrase that sentence. When you're not in combat, morale regenerates pretty quickly. You can see that stat if you hover over morale here. 566 points regenerate per minute while not in combat. So it takes about 2 minutes for our entire health to regenerate. That's pretty slow, actually. And that's dependent on our vitality stat. So, the more vitality we get, the faster that will regenerate. And that hopefully will increase over time, and hopefully it won't take so long to regenerate our health. But we can always use Brace and Attack, get us back some quick health, put down these archers, and get some more caravan goods. Okay, we've gotten any pieces of gear that we might want to use? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, we're going to march up these ruins here, continue going up, and towards Sharky's lieutenant. Alright, bring these guys down. There we are. Got the caravan goods, we've got the goods. As I've been thinking about travel recently, about traveling between places in this game, sometimes can take a while. Sometimes you can't really speed that up either. So I was wondering, leave a comment down below what you think. I was wondering if you would rather I edit out those long travels and I just phase between them. Say, okay, we're going to head off over here and then just, cut out the long travel and get there. Or whether you would like me to, talk about things as we go, as I've been doing so far. Chatting about different things about the game or, different things that we're planning with the series, that sort of thing. So let me know what you'd rather in the comments. I think what I'm going to do at the moment is, if I don't have anything especially to talk about, I will edit it out. But if you especially want to see that landscape, make sure, let me know down in the comments. Alright, we're coming up on Sharky's lieutenant here. I'm going to pick up his two cronies and fight this guy at the same time. So, we've got Sharky's lieutenant, who is a signature enemy, and they've all fallen at the same time. That was easy. We've also collected our 30th crate of caravan goods, which means we are finished here at the Southgard ruins. Very good. Apologies about my voice, guys. It's cutting out a bit at the moment. I'm just coming off a cold, so my voice is a bit tired. But that will not stop me. We'll press on. Let's jump off this cliff here. Oh, we've picked up ourselves an enemy. That's alright. And bring him over here and we can make a fight out of it. Here we are. Let's build up some fervor. The Battle Frenzy skill, Blade Storm. Very useful, okay. And Rend, there we go. Alright. I think on our ride up to Chief Watcher Grimbriar, we will inspect our class deeds and how we're going with that. See if we need to change anything about our combat style to increase the rate at which we gain those class trait points. Because as you can see, as we unlock more and more tiers of class trait points, there are just more and more good things to unlock, and so the more points we have, the better we will be at combat. Here's this minstrel here running through again. He's got a long name. There you go. Only level 21 though, which is higher than we are at the moment. We're only level 18, but we should get a decent boost to our experience by handing these 3 quests in. Okay, here we go. 3 quests to Watcher Oakdale.
What can I do for you?
I will hail the next caravan finding their way through the gates, dispatch of any brigands foolish enough to cross me, and speed these goods along the road to those in need. Okay. You do that, Watcher Oakdale. You brave soul.
Greetings.
Okay, we've diminished the sound of the Nika-breakers.
How can I be of service?
And we have killed the half-orc boss. He's got little to offer us, little indeed. But we will take those and sell them for silver. Thanks, mate. Okay, Sharky's lieutenant, we've finished that. Watcher Oakdale is right. Bree cannot solve this problem alone. Okay, yes, we'll need to seek counsel elsewhere. Okay, looking a bit grim for you guys. Cannot restore those who are taken, but we can rest knowing that some manner of justice has been served. Great. We've defeated enough brigands and half-orcs. Okay, and we have to return to Chief Watcher Grimbriar. Let's mount up. I have changed the horse we've been using. That last horse had a really annoying jingle sound that I was getting annoyed by, so I've changed just to this one, which just has the sound of hooves on grass, which is much more pleasant to listen to. Alright, so we've got some alerts down here. LotRO points gained. We've gained 10 LotRO points. That's very good. We've got a new deed, which means we've completed a deed, I think. Yes, we've completed this deed to complete 15 quests, which has given us a point of empathy. Very good. I think we can slot that in. We've got a 4th slot. Another virtue. That gives us some armor, fate, and resistance. Very helpful. Okay. What is our new deed? To complete 15 more quests. We've done 16. We need to do 30. And it'll give us another point of charity. As you can see, we're ranking charity up quite high. And the bonuses are getting quite significant. As you saw, most of our resistance comes from this charity virtue. It is quite a useful one. Alright, as we ride up, these frenzied longtooths and restless longtooths are really... Longtooths or long teeth? What do you reckon? I don't know. They're really getting annoyed at us. They're not going to attack us. Let's have a look at our class deeds that we have to do. So we've got challenge. We really haven't been using challenge very much. And we have to use it 400 times. That is, you know, what can you do really? This skill is not very much used, but we are going to have to use it because, yeah, as you can see here, it's required for tier 3 of our meta deed. So to get that trait point, we are going to have to use this skill. Maybe we'll start some fights with it. That is going to take a while. All in all, Blade Wall, we're advancing this one nicely. 125 out of 750. Very good. Wild Attack. We don't use Wild Attack that much, but we have used it 120 times, going for 1,250. Crazy deed. Savage Strikes, more of a single target skill, so a little bit yet less used. 33 out of 500, not too bad. Rip to Shreds, we're a decent way through this one. Rend, Brutal Strikes, or Bracing Attack. So Rend we use quite a lot. That's 109 out of 250, not bad. Swift to Anger, Swift Strike, or Swift Blade, 180. We're always going to use that skill, so that's good. And critical hits with Wild Attack, 22 out of 50. We're getting through there. That's pretty good. Alright. Brutal Leaf and Oakdale are no cowards, but I cannot heed their advice. The Rangers are dangerous and a wild lot, and do more harm in this land than good. So this guy really doesn't trust the Rangers, which I would say is not a very good idea. The Rangers are pretty helpful. Okay. Apparently there must be another way. Well, maybe we will have to convince him otherwise at some point later on. We're going to take this Bandit Basher staff, even though we can't use it, just to sell it.
Stay a moment.
Okay, we're going to be sent along the Great East Road. I'll take the advice of my other watchers under careful consideration. You must understand, however, that the Rangers are brutes in their own right. Well, I don't know how I believe that. Okay. So, he really doesn't trust the Rangers, but we're going to go and help Adso Haybank. He's building an inn along the Great East Road, and apparently brigands are stealing his materials. So, off we go. We're going to go help Adso, and I think we might... I don't think we want to get started on Adso's quests this episode, so we might just ride there today, and then we will finish up the episode there. So, off we go. And on our way, see, it's a decent amount away. On our way, we might, yeah, just bring the episode to a close. So, guys, if you did enjoy the video, please make sure you leave a like down below. Make sure you leave us a comment. If you have any questions, if you have any comments about those, things I've been asking, what's your opinion on those things that I've been inquiring about? Make sure you let me know. I want to do everything that will make this series more enjoyable. So yeah, let me know anything that can be improved. Also, guys, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And as we come up to Adso Haybank's camp here, talk to the stable master. We're going to call this episode to a close. A bit of a shorter one today, but as always, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you, are enjoying the series so far. And make sure you come back tomorrow for another episode of Simply Walking into Mordor. As always, guys, my name is Nauglir, and I will see you tomorrow.